because if something makes sense, a common sense is usually don't make sense. When it's something that's usually not true, you were following the plaintiff as when he took a determination at the job. Yes. Where was he working? A communication officer. Fine. So he wasn't a communication officer. Yes. Just a second. Did you tell the plaintiff that was his job? No. Are you telling me, and in several ways, are you allowed as the president of the United States, when you were firing the plaintiff, to say, come get your job? Yes. Are you telling me in a seven steps that you were doing his job and that everything that you say? No, Judge. No, Your Honor. I did not tell him that everything was fine. Right. Right. So it's your burden to testify. I want to see the text back and forth between you or the plaintiff. I want to see that text. No, I want to see the text that you're showing that the plaintiff said that. No, that's not an answer. I want to see it. Yes, Your Honor. Show me. Let's see what he's showing me first. Sure. Your Honor, I did not say anything of that text. You know, it's something that doesn't make any sense. It's usually not true. Your Honor, I did not say anything about that text. Just a second. It's what you're telling me right now. You didn't say to the plaintiff, I'm giving you, you're terminated. He was terminated. You know he was terminated on the April 9th. Yes, on April 9th. Right. So you terminate him. Yes. Your actionable is that he was terminated. Why did you want to terminate somebody who was an employee? Jerry, he could deduct. You took the $4,300 and put it in your own bank. You can see I put another $4,500 to the charity and to pay the stuff for the beginning. No, no. You take your check, you put it in a charity, and in a 501c3. Let's see. 412. Withdraw. 412. $4,362. Where did that go? To the charity. Show me. And let them show me. Show me on 412. I'm just curious. I want to see. I'm just curious. I want to see that 412. You didn't transfer on Fresh Fusion. You didn't transfer. You withdrew $3,595. Correct. We try to get all the service stuff done, Your Honor, because goosey. Can I show you that what a breakdown goes? I don't give a rat's ass. Judge Dionte continues in a moment. Don't try to convince yourself or me that you spent the money. He doesn't have to do for fun when he was a communication officer. And later today, and how many employees that you have to work? I want you to think about it. Real cases, real people. Judge Dionte. Dionte Bowler is accusing his former employees, company management, dominant driver, and his other employee, head office, Wade Nuts, and his other employee, Holder, Nico, for bailing him out of a Roblox game. The defendants are counseling for slander and unpaid wages. Now, the only thing I have a question for you, Mr. Nico, is you terminate him for the only question in my mind on April 9th of this year. You terminated him and you blasted him out of the game. Questions and all my viewers out there who said this and a million people that repeat the show and repeats. And you took his check, $500, and you gave him a cloak on February. You gave him a cloak in February. When in February? February 16th. And what amount? $3,595. Great. Did you pay him back in March? I did not. Why? Because he was still spamming shift, exclamation for shift. It's what you're telling me that you terminate him on April the 9th. No, Your Honor. I just want you. You're not following me, sir. You're not following me. I'm just asking you, whether did you terminate him on February the 9th? That would be a yes or a no. I did not yes, I did terminate him. Fine. So you terminate him on February 9th. Let me get back to you. I want you listen to my question. If you're lying to the police or lying to me, just a second. It's not what I want to hear. If you're going to say to me, Dominic, if your mother's a liar or you're a liar, my mother's lying. Your son just called me a liar. Just so that you know, I'm going to sing by him. Just so that you know. Just so that you know who he is. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question. You live with your mother? Yes, Your Honor. Is your mother a liar or is your brother's a liar? My brother. Your brother's a liar. Yes. The streets better teacher than you are. Feel good? I think so. Look what's happening. This is mucho. Mom, what are you talking about? I told you it wasn't going to be easy. I told you before we started it wasn't going to be easy. Your Honor, Justin, I told you before we started it wasn't going to be easy. Nobody who's an employee who a wrong person who accuses the wrong person who assaulted them. Nobody. I wasn't there, Your Honor. You're trying to say something. You're trying to say something. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think the police should arrest you. That's what I think. I think because not the first time that you was an employee as a company management. You have children? I do. I think they should arrest you. Take the children, take the foster care, finish. Done. I don't know, like, because you look at your mother, because you look at she weighs. Well, you got to. When the two of them fled, did you take your son to the medical treatment? Yes. May I see the evidence, please? So that you gave you some painkillers, is that right? Yes. Did you report these messages to the police? Yes. Do you have a police report of that? It was still a process. This talks about your rank on Roblox, correct? Who took your weight down? Nico did. Nico did, yes. Are you comfortable speaking to me, or are you comfortable speak to my interpreter, or are you comfortable speaking to me? I'm speaking to you. Go. Okay. Nico approached me because he was taking my weight down. What weight were you? I am a communication officer. I've been working there for 4 years at April 9th. He took my weight down. He blacklisted me out of the game and kicked me. And his cousin kicked me, and his cousin kicked you. Yes. Next. So he kicks me out of the game. So his cousin kicked me out of the game, and then he was trying to be rude. He said no reason provided, and I had the report that it shows. No, it says no reason provided. Yes. Massive. Okay, coming back to you, Nico. The bag was reported on April 9th. I want you to remember. Do you remember what you said in your answer? That you reported him out of the game and you blacklisted him. That would be a yes or a no. I did. Yes. Yes. Your Honor, yes. I was there on April the 9th when I heard the confrontation. Those two were fighting on the Discord message. I heard the confrontation. I said, Your Honor, I don't speak till I look at you. Go ahead. So I heard the confrontation. Dominic was talking to him. He screenshotted it, all the message that I saw. Your Honor, I don't speak until I look at you. Okay. So you heard the message that he responded to the plaintiff. Yes. What happened next? And I saw Dominic was confrontation. Dionte was laughing at him. Were you laughing at him? No, I wasn't. Of course not. Because he was laughing at us, Your Honor. I don't care what you think. If he was laughing at you, then you should he's considered as a joke. I don't care, Your Honor. Who cares, sir? There's nothing about this post on the bot commands. Nothing. You weren't there, correct? And you could have took his blacklisted down and whitelisted black and whitelisted, and you could have unbanned him. Correct. I'm not interested in anything you had to say. So we spoke to Fresh Future owner. They told me, don't. You're a liar. I'm not interested in anything that you had to say. Nothing. How you gonna call me a liar? Why? Because I can call you what I think you are. You're a liar. Anything. Not much your son either. I'd like to see the report. So the report is on February 9th. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, now what happened next? Dominic was trying to screenshot the message that I was laughing, and I heard that he was laughing, so he screenshotted it. He screenshotted it, correct. And I told him to take it down, and you asked him to take it down, right. Okay, do you have a copy of the message from Nico? I do. I'd like to take a look at it, and I want to see the message that you sent that on Discord. I want to see the messages that is on April the 9th. Okay. First, let me see the message, what he said to you, and I'll be looking forward to see your evidence. Your Honor, I did not say shh. Try to be quiet. You weren't present. Okay. Because you weren't present at the time during the incident. No, I was not. Good. I see the message. Okay, so he responded to you. He said, you're demoted and blacklisted. And he said, okay, have a good day. That's correct. And I texted him at 1 o'clock in the morning. So you texted him at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes. And I want you to tell me exactly how it happened. This is on April the 9th. Yes. Did he charge you any money? Yes. How much? $4,300. Did he give you back the $4,300? No. Because between the $7,500 and the payroll stubs, he didn't give you a check. Yes. I'd like to see the check. Okay, this is the payroll stubs, Nico. I want you to look at it. Yes, Your Honor, those are the payroll stubs, and I paid him on the 9th of April. How much did you give him? $3,595 to the minimum wage. We told him, if you keep this up, I'm blacklisting you again. That's what you said. Yes, I had that back. Sure. And what did you do to his job to down his rate, Your Honor? You're an idiot. How are you going to call me an idiot, Your Honor? Why are you asking? Are you asking me a question, you idiot? There are millions of people who repeat the show and repeat to my program because they're going to think you're a nut. Something that doesn't commit to your mind. You commit it to the Lord, and it's Spanish to your friends, and perverts. I want to tell you, it more perverts to your mind that you terminate him on an April the 9th. You're not. Your Honor, I'm trying to figure out what I did. Listen to me, to all of my viewers out there, that you are a nut because you terminate him on April the 9th. I don't give a register behind when you terminate him on the April the 9th. Let's say you terminate him on the April the 7th, right? And you terminate him because you gave him a letter, you didn't send him a letter, you didn't transfer the money that opened to him on the 4th of April. Because that you didn't give him out the money on the April the 20th until Easter Day, right? Correct. How much money did you give him? Just a second. I want you to think about it. Let's not talk about anything that you just said to me. Nothing. But the money was taken out of our accounts, Your Honor. You know I don't believe that. You don't understand why I don't believe you, Your Honor. Listen, I may consider your counterclaim because you were harassing him, right? Yes. Right. So you did in fact took down his ring by accident. No, Your Honor, I did not. You're an idiot. How are you going to call me an idiot? Why? Because I'm going to tell you why, sir. The reason that I study these cases because you try to talk over me, sir. Why would you take out his ring, sir? If he was your employee, he was your face stub, Your Honor. He was a communication officer because of what I said. Now, my son, listen to me very carefully. You took down his head, and you're favoring your papers that you want to lie to me about that God perverse that whatever you do, you're not. Your Honor, I did not take his payroll stubs. You did. Show it to me. Your Honor, I did not have a payroll stubs. Then you had no counterclaim. Nothing about your counterclaim. Forget it. Then you have to give him back the $4,300. That's your contract. Okay. Your contract is that you will terminate him on the 9th of April, and you terminate him. And you can't do that. You're the holder. Yes, Your Honor, I understand that. Good. Anything else you want to tell me? No, ma'am. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $3,595 your counterclaim is dismissed. You terminate him. We're done.